Alright guys, we're going to give you the latest story. A machete attack right across the street here. Joe, you stay put. I'm going to pick his camera up and let these people see if they can see over in the park there. Now let me go this way. I don't know how good you can see out there. The sun's glaring, but in this park right over here. Let me see if I can get this down. So at 8 o'clock this morning, or a little before 8 probably, Joe takes Rocky outside over to the park so Rocky can walk and use the bathroom. And he sees two guys laid out in the park. They're shooting up drugs. A guy comes up to him and's kind of tapping them, "You okay? You okay?" to both of them, who are, at drug deal. And Joe comes back in and he tells me, and a little later on, and we call the cops. We say, "Hey, there's two guys over there. We're scared they're going to OD." So a couple out, Joe and I go down, we do some grocery shopping, we come back. So it's a couple hours later. We take Rocky back out there. I'll put a video of the two that were out there just fully out in the park laying on the ground. But the guy that was coming up to them is the guy that ended up three and a half hours later doing the machete attack. And why would you not if there's no police to call? Because 5 people out here, including us, called the cops out here from 8 o'clock in the morning on, and about 11:50 something was when the machete attack occurred. The guy that got attacked with a machete, where you think he would go? Just take a wild guess. He would certainly go to his brothers and sisters that are Colombian and say, "Help me." No, he went where every Colombian would go, to the gringo's house.
He was looking for this house. He got attacked and the first thing he did was run up here. First reaction.
Yeah. So Joe's standing there with a gun. I'm back here laying down. And the guy got out of the park. And I should have reacted quicker. And I should have just went out there and shot him to be a doornail. To be as a doornail, if you know what I mean. So he's sitting here. My wife gets him a chair out front. He's sitting out front. Joe's getting cotton and stuff to put on his head. My wife's tending to him. Joe and I do go run down in the park after I'd got my thoughts together, because it just bang, bang happened so quick. And we went down to the other end and the guy was gone. And we come back. Meanwhile, neighbors and us are calling the law again. And of course, they show up 35, 40 minutes later?
Mm-hmm. We had to call many times.
Yeah, we had to call many times. Got a boatload of other neighbors were calling because they were walking by and seeing what was going on. Meanwhile, this guy's gushing blood because the machete hit the guy and just sliced him like all through here. It's something else.
He was throwing up.
He was throwing up on the sidewalk. He was very badly concussed. Couldn't think clearly. He was just sitting there like, he was in shock. And so 2 cops stroll up. They claim they're from another neighborhood, that they don't service this neighborhood, but they came because they couldn't get a hold of the other 2. When there was a woman working with ours, so they automatically don't show up when it's a woman cop. Why don't they show up? Because they're fucking scared, that's why. They're fucking scared. They shouldn't be cops. Anybody that's scared half to death last job you want to go do is to being a cop. So they come up here. So a captain comes up here. Meanwhile, an hour's lapsed that this kid's been bleeding. We got the bleeding stopped. Thank goodness he come to this house where we kind of know how through boxing to stop bleeding. And I think we got the bleeding as stopped as we could. It wasn't that he was going to pass on situation. I have to use my words carefully on this damn thing because you can't even talk no more. And big fat black cop comes up. It wasn't even, he was black Indian. So Indian, he was black as coal. Well, you're being racist. Yeah, because this is what they do here. The first thing the captain does is look over at the man and start chastising him that he was over in the public park walking through it, that he shouldn't have been walking through the park, a public park. So I gave him a good piece of my ass through my mouth and told him how damn ignorant he was. Then we had to listen to couldn't get an ambulance out here. And this is what you're fixing to get in the United States. You keep letting this trash in. Yeah, don't you think?
Yeah, you keep letting the garbage in, will become garbage.
Yeah, so for those of you that think you got it bad sitting up in the streets of Baltimore, out yonder in Compton or Detroit or wherever you think, I tell Joe this all the time because I used to frequent bad areas in Harlem quite frequently in my younger years, and I've never seen anything like this place. It puts anything you think you've been going through and in fear of, are you a bold one in it, to shame. And this is just ridiculous. And the icing on the cake is you're forced through your working dollars that are taxed to give millions upon millions of dollars a year to this country.
And many others that are a bunch of garbage.
Yeah, many, yeah.
And the bigger thing here is we give all this money to all of these developing countries, and they, first of all, they are corrupt, so they don't use that money for anything good but themselves. And second of all, they screw us over, the same people whom give them the money.
Yeah, and they ain't really developing anything, are they?
They had 200 years to develop themselves, and they're still developing countries. They can't develop themselves out of a garbage bag.
Yeah, so anyway, we're hoping this new president wins the elections tomorrow. They have rounds of elections. They're only going to have two this time running, the guy on the left and the guy on the right, the guy on the right's not really affiliated with any party here. He's an outsider. He wants to do what Bukele has done in El Salvador, and instead of having one huge 40 to 100,000 people capacity supermax prison, he wants to start with 11 supermax prisons, and he wants to put the military out here policing the streets for the exact reason of what we went through this morning. The police will simply not respond. How many times have they been called out here by neighbors and us and other people and never show up?
Too many to keep count.
And they never show up at night, right?
No.
They'll come when it's dark, but only up till about 7:30, possibly 8 o'clock. After that, do they ever show up?
No. You call them and they're sleeping. They tell you, oh, sure, yeah, I'll come by. And then they go back to sleep again.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. They go out, they got places. They put 2 motorcycle cops for a whole barrio, a whole big neighborhood. And they go find somewhere to sleep, and they just sleep all night long. And I was explaining to them this morning, your days are numbered because this guy's going to win, and he's going to get rid of your sorry asses. And they're sitting there, well, what? I didn't, who said that? And I'm like, you ain't even been paying attention to the political situation that you are policing in your own country. Meanwhile, people are scared shitless tomorrow, which is voting day, it's on a Sunday, to go out here and vote. And look at what all's going to happen around here. People are not wanting to go outside to vote when they're letting Machete, drug-addicted Machete crazies be out here in the street. In England, they know this because the people that have come from the third world, other countries, up into their country, that's what they do. It's what they do in all the Middle East, Africa, Latin America, Central America. It's all trash, folks. And the people are trash. And you got to stop accepting it. You go over into a black neighborhood, it's terrible in there. Everybody's scared shitless. You got to go in there and correct it and take care of it. Blacks need to really correct their own neighborhoods and take care of it. Down in the white areas that are the same way, whites need to be taking their asses down there and handling it. That's what needs to be happening. Or you're going to get to be like England, and it's going to be too damn late. Way too damn late. I'm right here to the line of thinking that the UK will never return. It's gone. It's a lost cause. I'm just that far from just coming out and not believing that no matter who does what, that anything good is going to come to the UK. And the group that the name they go by begins with a J are the ones that have flooded everybody into Europe from Middle Eastern countries and Africa, and the same ones that have flooded North America from Central and South America. It's a plan to break the white man and black African man down as far as from a U.S. perspective. From a UK perspective, it's a way to bring down the white UK person and the black UK person. And you better all start waking up, because this shit's going to be happening at a neighborhood near you where you can't even sit a plant in a window that doesn't have bars in it, or somebody will steal the plant out of the window. Got to start waking up, got to start fixing things, and all this is just a damn cotton picking shame. And the police were shocked. I said, I should have just went out there and emptied a clip in this guy's ass and took my chances with the DA and the court system here, which ain't worth a shit. And the neighbors were saying, this motherfucker's not fucking around. And you best believe we're not. We're not fucking around. We're not that kind. Tolerance means that we have to tolerate you, and we're not willing to do that. We're not willing to do that. We have a zero tolerance policy up in with us, and the quicker you get into that, the better off. You get into that mindset and way of thinking, the better off you're going to be. You got anything you want to say?
Stop letting these lunatics in. Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right, guys. We just thought we'd let you know the big story of the morning here, right across the street from the house.